I'm Ashley Holmes
My name is David Kirkwood
I'm Channing Cook Holmes
of the True Worship Project
from TRIEDSTONE.
for TRIEDSTONE.
Father, I'm Yours, honestly, is probably, if you look at my playlist, I probably play that song more than any other song on the album. I can't say it's my favorite because I love every single song on there, but probably play that song more than anything else. It's just like a meditation, like just in the interlude we have put before that with the spirit, it just flows right into it. It just leads you to a place of just seeing God in His, as much as you can see Him in His totality, and how He created the universe and how He was just so intentional with everything, even from the beginning, and it leads to the point that it stops with you. You realize, I'm yours. When you look at everything else and how God created the universe and everything that we do not understand about Him, you reach that revelation. You're like, you know what? I didn't make myself. My parents didn't make me. They were made. Like, I don't belong to even this. I'm not nothing like this earth. Like, I'm yours. Like, I came from somewhere out there.
One of those decoded songs from the amazing imagination of the translation of Ashley Rochelle Holmes. And I say that because Ashley is a brilliant thinker in the sense of her imagination is very colorful.
Father, I'm Yours and Spirit are different, and I didn't know how to communicate this because they derived from dreams.
She came to me with ideas and how things sound. For those of you out there who are producers and everything, like, very knowledgeable, it's a refreshing experience to, for one thing, like, I know the technical limits to a lot of things. So when someone comes to me with an idea and I know technically what the limit is, like, it pushes me to the next level.
So I didn't know how exactly to explain this to DK. Like, okay, look, we got to capture space, but we got to capture space with nothing in it. What does that sound like? I hear a ringing, but it's a small ringing, like when glass breaks. You hear like a tinge of something. It's not an audible sound where you can relay that sound again, but it is something that your ear catches when there's a slight ringing that you can't get out. Sound. And he said, what?
I didn't tell her, like, that's not possible. I was like, you know what? Let's see it. It was a very refreshing experience working with Ashley, the songwriter in that song, seeing her imagination, which is so huge, and contrasting that with my limitation to my technical knowledge. Like, she pushed things that I thought weren't possible, even from an audio standpoint, because she said it. And I was like, never thought about that because it's not possible. And I tried it, and it worked.
She always lives on. I'm not a musician. Oh, I wish I could play this. I'm not a musician. How can I get this out? How can I explain this?
And I'm not a musician. I'm not gonna go and sit at somebody's piano and be able to sing and play. Not my ministry.
And the beauty about DK was that he's been like the ash whisperer. So she'll explain it and try to put it out in the air, and then he can take it and he's like, all right, that makes sense, that makes sense, that makes sense. I understand what the color is on top, but this makes sense, and this makes sense. And with me, I come in the sense of adding the other layer to it, as far as like adding like the color and helping the shaping of kind of what we've created and where some of the songs have gone.
See if you can find that some kind of feedback that we can feed back, let it feed like hard, and then bring it down real soft.
So that was another explanation from Ash of how the creation came about, like what that would sound like, and us trying to figure out what that meant.
Sound like.
Was it something we have to make a song, have to create a sound?
A lot of things technically I didn't know if we could ever do. I knew that DK could decode the crazy between the here to the computer. Okay, he was able to figure that out. My husband, God bless him, he does that too, but it's still just, I'm sure it was a lot to get this out. Even like, I think this was probably one of my favorite songs for us to record because unfortunately Emily had to get some of the crazy too. Hey Emily, our violinist, I told her, I don't have charts for you. There's no charts. This is a feel song. I can only tell you my dream, and then I want you to execute this. So this is now a whole nother musician bone in your body, in your the little twinge in your brain that you're going to have to stretch, because feel playing is an art. Not everybody can do that. Some people can only sit and play you some charts, but they can't feel or interpret something just from someone talking or even taking that on. The Lord had met us here for that day.
That's what live musicians can bring to the table. There's things that only live musicians are able to capture that we can't get from programmed music or pre-produced music. So Emily, our amazing violinist that was brought in, she was able to add layers and certain things, that emotionally helped capture what we were looking for.
Also with Father, I'm Yours, I wanted it to sound like the creation. So even with the dream, the stretching and the drawing of the bow for a long time, the screeching of that bow, and not even being able to capture whether there was explosions or like just things with that bow even going boop, 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 boop. Things just coming into existence, and I wanted that to be captured in the sound. When we were recording it, we came in here not really knowing how to do it. Like the song derived from a poem that I wrote after the dream. So the lyrics were there, but as far as like where it was going to go at the end. So maybe even if we did the song live, it would be different every time because it's an interpretive song. Even to all the operatic tones and things like that, you said, okay, stand there and do a couple of them. And then I said, okay, now let me try this. Okay, let me try this pass. Okay, play them all together. And then it turned into this beautiful, meditative moment.
Maurice Ellis was the bass player that was featured, with myself and DK playing keys on it. And we wanted to make it feel like this wasn't a written song and it wasn't necessarily a set arrangement. So whatever you felt, we wanted it to be a free song, a free meditative song, and then actually adding the vocals and the idea and melody on top of that. It really takes you to another realm.
Even all the changes and moves and tweaks and all of that is supposed to let your mind experience what I was able to experience. My grandfather died a couple weeks. It's been over 10 years, I think now. It's definitely been over 10 years. Walter Oden died, and I was at his funeral, and it was a rough time for me because I had never lost a grandparent, and I love my grandpa like anybody would. And so we were in the church. We were having a repast, and my cousin Lauren was playing chords, on the piano. And it was just me and him. We was kind of sitting in there. It was really dim, and we was just kind of keeping each other company. And I was kind of humming this song, and I wrote the lyrics down, and I kind of tried to work with Lauren about it, but we were still too gone and mourning to finish it. So I got home and I wrote just these words down: gentle feeling, deep healing, comforting soul, powerful anointing. So I was trying to comfort myself writing those words down. And it was because I knew that even though I didn't understand at the time, like, Lord, why did he have to go at this time when we all go? But the Holy Spirit was still present with me because he was there. Blessed are those who mourn, that they be comforted. I was 20 when I wrote that song, and I didn't know what it meant then. I just tucked it away, and just I always look back at that if I needed some comfort, like no matter what's the problem, I go back to that song. And I had a dream with that same song, and then later wrote a poem after the dream. And so the dream was creation. And what does creation look like? Out of darkness steps in the Lord, creating the separation in darkness and light. There's a void. And then all the heavens and the earth, and then the matter, space, time. Father, I'm yours is a direct surrender from that dream, saying, God, I'm just in awe of you and everything that you do that don't even have nothing to do with me. Like, I am a teeny speck in the whole realm of everything that he's done, which humbles me every time I think about it, which should humble you. But just to God, just all of that. And we need to have more of those moments to appreciate. Yes, we're not of this world, but we need to acknowledge that the Lord made this world. It's still our Father's plan, and this is still his earth he created. It only got messed up when man started messing with stuff. That's how it usually goes when you start touching stuff and you ain't supposed to touch it. But that's where I was, to go from a place of knowing that there is comfort and that there is awe in the power of that, and anyone who can, not anyone, but God being all and giving that, and just knowing that that's my Father. I can be proud and say I'm his. I gave myself to this person, this one, only one who deserved that, because of how amazing God is.
You really get lost. Like, if you listen to it, if you really take the time to listen to it, like with headphones on, and close your eyes, by the time the song is over, you really almost wake up not knowing where you are. Like, physically, you almost don't know.
We capture a really good vibe of that song. Like I said, it's one of I play that song more than any other song on the album.
And I'm not a musician.
That song has top plays. It's just on spin right now. Love that song.
Not my ministry.
I hope that you have really been enjoying all of our videos thus far. You should tell a friend about this, and you should almost watch this again. TRIEDSTONEmusic.com. Make sure you go and follow us, and there's a lot of great content coming from our channel, this group, our home church, and we appreciate everything so far, and continue to share and be a part of what we're doing. Peace.